Let's try this again. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, that time again. Time for another brilliant lecture here at Sisseton, Wahpeton College in Native Literature. Here at beloved, beautiful, bustling, crowded, hot Agency Village, South Dakota. And without any further ado, here comes the man himself, the genius, Professor Victor Singigo! Yay! Woo, woo, woo. Welcome, welcome, one and all. Here we are again at another lecture here in Sisseton, Wahpeton College. And we begin, preferably, with a prayer for each and every one of my beloved students. See if I can remember how it goes. O Great Spirit, whose voice I hear in the wind, and whose breath gives life to all the world, hear me. I am small and weak. One of your many children am I. Let me walk in beauty, and let my eyes ever behold the red and purple sunrise. Make my heart and hands respect the people and things that you have made, and my ears sharp to hear your voice. Make me wise, that I may know the many things that you've hidden in every rock and leaf. I seek strength, not to be greater than my brother, but that I may fight my greatest enemy, myself. O divine master of all life, make me an instrument of your love, proving that truly life has no meaning unless it is lived for others. Make me always ready to come before you with clean hands and straight eyes, so that when life fades like the fading sunset, my spirit may come before you without shame. Aho, Jaganagonan. Oh, by the way, Jaganagonan is my native language. That means all my relations. I forgot how to say it in Dakota. Let's see, Mitakoyapi, I think. Could be wrong. Anyway, let's get started. We have all the students and a couple of you who have stopped showing up. And you know who you are. Again, calling only your Chinese names for the sake of privacy, or FERPA, or whatever you want to call it. But you already know your Chinese names. Lan Yo Jun. Right on. Dao Jianrong. Xiao Shengde. Xiao is a flute, by the way, but I'm giving away too much. 郭学伟，却爱华，郝信林，柯志雄，郎解任，乐小林，洪秀玲，任慧玲 and 任文静. That should be everybody. I believe somebody will still try to drop the class. One or two of you, I apologize. It's kind of sad to see you go, but, well, we just got to keep on keeping on. That being said, I promised you I was going to walk you through Pop Quiz C. But before we do that, let's go through some announcements. Oh, right, Gypsy, want to check your email for a dorm application. You can see I haven't even opened it yet. Let's do that now. Good afternoon, students. Attached to this email, revised, updated meal plan and housing application. Ooh, goody gumdrop. So have a look at this when you can. Wow, you guys only have to pay $1,500 per semester? Does that include food? Oh, you guys are living high on the hog there. Oh, there it is. Okay, full yearling Mustang. Wow, meal plan. Oh, that's still pretty good. When I was at the University of Oklahoma, I think I paid $1,500 a month which did include the meals, but no, it didn't include the meals because I took the smallest one. I ate once a day, but never mind. I'm talking about me, I again. We got to stop that. Dr. Samuel Bonsu is telling me to tell us all of us professors, that is, to keep track of the attendance who has not been coming to class. And as you may or may not remember, I only get to take roll once a week, and the way I do it is just look at your names, see who's been logging in. If you haven't logged in 60 days, hint, hint, not going to name names, you get marked absent. And then I get these wonderful attendance warnings, and I'm going to not show you that because I'm supposed to be behaving. Let's go to Pop Quiz C. Now, without giving away too much, let's turn editing on. I'll probably lose it. Come on, doggone it. Oh, it's got a buffer. There, we got to do it all over again. So I'm going to see if I can scroll down. I lost it. I'm looking for bunny rabbits. Bunny rabbits. And I'm down too far. Let's go up then. There's a story about the Wendigos. There, it's right above the stop sign. So we're going to click on this. Click. And I'm going to go to edit quiz. I'm not going to preview quiz. I'm going to go down to edit quiz. Edit quiz. Boom! And this should give me, that's what I want to see. The questions. And remember, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 true or falses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 multiple guesses. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought it was just, it is 3. 1, 2, 3 essay questions. There it is right there. 15, 15, and 20. So let's look at the questions one by one, bearing in mind that old man singing eagle is always handing stuff to you on a platter. What do I mean by this? Well, if you are worried about getting these questions right, all you have to do is click right. I'm going to right click on this and open it in a new tab. Boop. And I can actually have this tab open. And pretty much everything after the midterm is what this test entails. So where's our midterm? I probably went down too fast, too far. I think it was before this or after this. You guys, it's too bad I can't hear your voices through the screen. However, this is after, because I remember I don't teach literary criticism until after the midterm. I might have shrunk it down. Midterm. Oh yeah, this is after the midterm, the powwow and how we F up. So let's keep going. Midterm, there it is. So everything below this is fair game for our Pop Quiz C. So what I did was I opened up a new window, and you can just go through all this stuff and find the answers to this question. There is a method to my madness, is there not? Question 1. True or false? Singing Eagle explains that different types of literary criticism, wow, there's even a link there, theories, can be used to look at the same texts. 5 points. Next one, let's go faster. Rancherias. Ta-da! Says here, true or false? Nobody should get this wrong. For the purposes of our class, we can define rancheria as a small, rural, Native American settlement, primarily on the West Coast, established for indigenous people who are often displaced from their traditional lands. In other words, a rancheria is a West Coast micro reservation, which actually figures prominently in a lot of our literature and in the Canadians too, but they call theirs reserves in general. Killer whale. Let's do the killer whale question. This is a true or false question as well. I love this. Transformers. We're watching this guy. Never mind. Stop it. Stop it. Focus. In The Boys Who Became a Killer Whale, talk about handing stuff to students on a silver platter. Read, listen, tell, page 273 by Ellen Rice White, who is from the Sisseton tribe. I believe that's Coast Salish is another way to say that. The protagonist of the story, The Boys Who Became a Killer Whale, is an old lady who feels outcast from her tribe. So she transforms into a wolf and runs away to join a pack. No one should get that one wrong. How about number 4, pointless? Let's see what it is. Pointless. Life without you is like a broken pencil. Never mind. Read. True or false? Author Gary Hobson, Cherokee, Quapaw, Chickasaw, argues that all the best native literature has already been written, so it's pointless to look for new talent. Oh, you should remember that from the interview I did with him. Keep going. Journey of the Healer. Oh, this is that cool cartoon. Let's click on it. Boom! This guy, he's tall. Stephen Kiwatin Sanderson, I believe he's from Prince Albert, Saskatchewan, too. Never mind, focus. True or false, in his story, Journey of the Healer, featured on YouTube. I even told you where to find it. And it's also on our lessons. If we look for Journey of the Healer, and there it is right there. You can click on it and play it and get the answer. But let's go back to the question. Where did I put the question? Oh, here it is. In his story, Journey of the Healer, featured on YouTube, author Stephen Kiwatin Sanderson Plains Cree tells the story about an ugly old woman, a swamp monster, and a wolf who teach a girl to never leave home in search of medicine. Next one, alienation, indigenous authors. Here we go. This is the multiple guess. Let's look at it. Indigenous authors of the Americas often include tragic themes of blank in their work, and we can already see what the answer is. A, alienation, B, buoyancy, C, flippancy, or D, urgency. No one should get this wrong. Next, talk about handing stuff. Now, that my students down in Alabama, when they used to teach, they used to say, "Oh, Singing Eagle, you always hand everything to your students on a silver platter." And still, a bunch of students would flunk my classes. I never understood that. Keep going. Next question. That says question 1. I don't know why. Maybe I should go back and renumber these, but who cares? What's more important is looking at the text of the question, not the number. Tribes in the Northwest often use blank. We can just look at this and we can see the answer, in which sacred stories are told, songs are sung, using hand drums and hand bells or staffs. Feasts are shared, and traditional ceremonies are held, usually all night long, too. Sometimes they'll go for a couple of days. What are they using? Igloos? Teepees? Trailer houses or long houses? Well, nobody's going to get that wrong. Let's keep going. Coyote, black creator. I need to get rid of that rabbit. That's from a previous semester. So, yeah, you'll see me edit this. You know what? I think I'm going to try to edit it now. Will it let me edit this question? Let's go to Coyote, black creator and the stars. And we're going to get rid of this rabbit. Delete. There. Boom. And we're going to hit save. Save, 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 save. And then we're going to go back to preview the question. What number was that? This one, number 8. Boom. Open. Dang it. There. Now the rabbit's gone. So in the Navajo story of Coyote, black god should be black creator and the stars. Look it up on YouTube or in our e-learning discussion forums. What lesson does the narrator draw from Coyote's impulsive scattering of the stars? We have A. The stars became useless for navigation, so people must turn to animal guides instead. B. Because Coyote ruined the intended pattern, humans must now discover their own path in life. C. Humans must follow the star path exactly as the holy people intended. Or D. The Milky Way was created to remind humans never to look directly at the sky during ceremonies. No one is going to get this wrong because you can click here and find it. I'm not going to look for it right now. Yes, I am. There it is right there. There it is. See? Black Creator, not Black God. I'm going to fix that again. There, you can click on the YouTube video. Where is it? Coyote, Black Creator, and the stars. We're going to edit this. Click on it. Boom. One more time. And it's buffering. We're going to change the wording. Black Creator. See, it's good for you guys to know what goes through your old professor's mind anyway. So that way you know how this literature class and the exams work. Boom, we're saving it. Now let's do the next question. Archetypical. Let's just click on it. Open. There we go. No one's going to get this wrong because the pictures usually answer the question. Who is the ancient Greek philosopher credited with listing archetypical stock characters for literature and drama, such as the boor, the superstitious man, the flatterer, the coward, the hapless man? 5 points. Who is it? Who said that? Aristotle, Theophrastus, Plato, or Santa Claus? And again, we could probably find our answer by scrolling. There's a characterization, deconstruction discussion, Hussein Malik discussion. There's the story we went through before. More stuff. There's our character. There's one. You just click on that and get the answer. Of course, you can just look at the title and get the answer. Keep going. Santa Barbara Mission. This is the one. Let's click on it. Now, you may or may not recall the dumb little lecture or mini lecture I gave you about how the Spanish priests, missionaries, whatever you want to say, came up to California and they grabbed all the Indians and enslaved them and made them work in the fields, and they would whip them like slaves and stick them in little prisons or jails and lock them in at night, and of course do naughty things to them. Children and the women, but never mind, we won't go there. We're gonna stay focused. We want to stay focused. But enslaved and oppressed the native peoples. We know this. So what is the question asking about? Well, Wendy Rose, who was actually Hopi Miwok, she went and visited the Santa Barbara mission, and she was horrified at what she discovered. What was it? Let's look. Excavation at the Santa Barbara mission. I'm going to right click on it because I have a link there. I can see by the color of the text. Open it in the new tab. Boom. Oh, error not found. That's too bad. Well, you can find it here because I posted it on e-learning. So don't click on it. You know what? I'm going to type in excavation. Control F. Remember that? excavation. There it is right there. Excavation at the Santa Barbara mission. And I'm going to edit the settings and make it big so you can see it. Display on course page. Save and return to course. Now we should see the full poem. Type it in again. Control F. Excavation. And go down. There it is. Those are a couple of native slaves. I believe those are some ancestors of some people I know. There's the poem. Shall I read it? Let's read it. My pointed trowel is in the artist's brush. that will stroke and pry, uncover and expose the old mission wall. How excited I am! For like a dream, I wanted to count myself among the ancient dead as a faithful neophyte resting there in love with the padres and the Spanish hymns. A feature juts out, marrow like lace, piece of skull, upturned cup, finger bones scattered like corn and ribs, interlaced like choya. So many bones, mixed with the blood from my own knuckles that dig and tug in the yellow dust. How fragile they have become, to float and fall with my touch, brittle white tips shivering into mist. How helpless I am, for the deeper I go, the more I find crouching in white dust, listening to the whistle of long bones breaking apart like memories. My hands empty themselves of old dreams, drain the future into the moisture of my boot prints. Beneath the flags of three invaders, I am a hungry scientist sustaining myself with bones of men and women asleep in the wall who survived in their own way Spanish words, Spanish swords, Franciscans, and the rosary whips, who died among the reeds to wait communion wafers upon the ground too holy for the priests to find. They built the mission with dead Indians. 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 Kamakowicz. Now, that is the poem. What is it telling us? Well, if you remember, I might have lectured or made another video about it, but the short version is there is the Santa Barbara mission in the background. Let's go back to the question. There's a nice AI drawing. What this poem is telling us is the case all over, wherever there were boarding schools or missions, the priests, the nuns, or whoever the religious people were, Christians calling themselves Christians, when their abused natives would die, they'd dig a mass grave and bury them all in it. But to add insult to injury, especially in the Santa Barbara mission, they took the bones of the dead natives, mixed it in with the adobe that they used to make the walls, and they made the walls. They made especially the walls of this mission. If you were to break open the adobe, rest assured you are going to find native Chumash Indian bones mixed in to make the walls stronger. So let's go back to the question because I'm starting to preach too much. What does Hopi Miwok poet Wendy Rose reveal in her work? A. The Spanish Christians used Chumash Indian bones to build their mission walls. B. The local Indians peacefully converted and intermarried with the Spaniards. C. The Chumash Indians butchered Spanish missionaries and used their bones to build the mission walls. Or D. Archaeology is always an exciting field of study. No one is going to get that wrong, right? Next question. We did that one. Here is an essay question. Let's look at it. Remember what I told you before. Oh, cool. Looks like a Chinese girl with a Tough Natives t-shirt. That's probably an AI drawing or Photoshop, but never mind. Let's look at the question. Don't give a lazy answer to this question is worth 15 points. Got it? All right. Spokane Coeur d'Alene author Sherman Alexie argues that Native peoples today really don't have much in common with their ancestors, and that today we are largely political entities rather than cultural organizations. Do you agree or disagree with what Sherman Alexie says. Why or why not? Now, like I told you before, if you just want a C answer, all you got to do is just regurgitate a bunch of stuff Old Man Singing Eagle says. If you want a B answer, regurgitate what Singing Eagle says, add your opinion. If you want an A answer, actually A is like this, regurgitate what Singing Eagle says, give me your opinion, and back it up with some external sources. Cite your sources, even better. All right, let's go back to the next one because I already spoke for like 25, 26 minutes. Probably reading the poem took a lot of time. Let's keep going. Political entities, we did that one. Indigenous. I got to read this graphic novel. This is an awesome book, and I need to just sit down and read it. I don't know why I'm so dang lazy. Let's focus. Do not give a lazy answer to this question. It is worth 15 points. Singing Eagle once mused in a video lecture, do graphic novels such as Indigenous count as legitimate native literature, or are they just pop cultural kitsch dressed in indigenous aesthetics? Drawing on course readings and discussions, evaluate how graphic novels do or do not fit into the larger landscape of native literary expression. In other words, what do you think? Is it legit or is it just, I don't know, phony baloney pop culture crap? Your choice. You got to explain what you believe, and your answer consider issues such as indigenous authorship, which we spoke about before, visual storytelling, cultural sovereignty, the role of humor and pop culture references, and the tension between traditional forms and contemporary media. Remember what I told you about, now I'm drawing a blank, Tiffany Midge. Oh boy, she's always into pop culture. Do works like Indigenous Nerds expand the boundaries of native literature, or do they risk diluting it? Support your argument with specific examples. Again, 15 points. Don't give a lazy answer. Don't just give me one sentence that says, yeah, it's legit. Boom, I'm done. Nah, that's not even an A answer. I mean, that's not even a C or a C minus answer. Focus, keep going. Last one, why we F up. Ooh, man. By the way, Indigenous, let's type it in. Control F. Indigenous. Oh, look at, I found it. That's all you got to do. Control F. Let's do the last one. Why we F up. There it is right there. There's some crazy Indian that's dressed up like a jailbird because he's trying to raise money for the Muscular Dystrophy Association. And never mind. Read. Do not give a lazy answer to this question is worth 20 points. That means it's got to be longer than the previous two essay questions. In at least 3 well-developed paragraphs, do a quick analysis about that poem or of that poem. How we F up. Is it why or how? Will it open in a new tab or is it going to say 404 not 5? Oh, it worked that time. How we F up. This is not racism. This is not religion. It's what I've seen. A lot of it in my own family. A couple of which I might have done myself, but I ain't telling. I'll keep this PG-13 so as not to drop any F-bombs and have my father come and wash my mouth out with soap. But it seems like we Indians are nations of F-ups. No, it's not our religion, but we do these things religiously. Get drunk, blow off class, flunk, get expelled, borrow or steal cars, then crash them. Get grants and student loans, take the money and run. Sober up, borrow more money for school, then gamble it away. Get drunk, get into fights and go to jail. Get drunk, grab guns, shoot ourselves between the eyes, or if not, get drunk, beat our spouses, beg forgiveness, get forgiven. Get drunk, beat our spouses again, beg forgiveness again, repeat, repeat. Get drunk, neglect our children, have them taken away. Get them back. Get drunk, wander off naked in the snow while precious bodies freeze forever in deep blue sleep. Or snag at powwows, get her pregnant or get pregnant, then run away, creating new generations of F-ups to keep the drums beating. It seems we are nations and nations of F-ups, eternally condemning ourselves to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory, always the last minute, right before graduation, or Pulitzer, or Nobel. We F up and curse what's in the mirror. So, the question says, do an analysis of this poem by anonymous Indian poet. His name is probably Riles Nelson, Sisseton, or his twin brother Miles, or Miles, not Miles, Harlan Nelson Sisseton. I can't be sure; it might be one of those two, but never mind. Focus. In which your professor painstakingly posted to our e-learning forum. In your opinion, what are some key features of this poem? What is its mood? What are your own responses? Please do not give a lazy answer to this question. And then it says how to do it, and I already showed you how to do it by right-clicking. So I'm going to get out of that. That's 20 points now. Again, even though there is probably no article about that poem, you could probably find similar poems to it online where you can, or just look up, let's do it really fast. Let's just type it in. Oh, I want to use Google. I don't like Bing. Google. Now, I apologize for hogging up your time with this, but it's important. Why do Aboriginal peoples of the Americas keep getting into trouble? Something like that. And you might get a good AI answer, or there might be some articles online about it. Thinking about it. I don't know, systemic roots. And you remember my own discussion with Du Huawei, that's his Chinese name, Dumars, Harvey, where we talk about this. Issues. Look at all these articles. I'm not going to belabor. This is going to take too dang long. And I already spoke for like 30 freaking minutes. So you can use those as external sources to back your argument for or against, or what you think about the poem. Look at me, spoke for 33 minutes. I gotta knock it off. Thank you again for being so kind, and good luck on Pop Quiz C. Remember, look for the bunny rabbits. Alrighty then. You guys have an awesome rest of the week. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. A, B, C, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I like English.